We'll put that bloody drawer back in because it's in the way of the bloody shop.
Is that in the way?
Yeah, it's like annoying me.
I thought I'd do that.
Yeah, just to annoy me.
Well, you used to do it.
I know. I still do, actually.
Right.
Right then, Jeff, here we are back in your workshop. It's now early February. I just brought you a pile of semi-rusty, chromed, ex-chromed engine bolts off my Mark II project. They're the original parts that were on the engine originally, and they're a bit battered really, so they're not going to go back on the bike. Instead, we're going to make some new ones in stainless steel. Yeah, it sounds better days. I mean, they're all handmade anyway, so don't worry about it.
It'd have been nice if they'd have welded that nut on and machined it.
Which we'll do, but they didn't. It's off a drag bike, so don't worry about it. So what we got here is 3 long engine mounts and the brackets, which have been done in aluminium. Again, a bit battered. So you've dug out some stainless steel 10mm bar.
Definitely stainless, yeah.
Which we can then make the bolts from.
Well, what I need to do is we'll get the lengths, and I'll have to ask Lister very nicely if he can
use his commentary. Yeah, his commentary box. I know about that. It's fantastic bit of kit. Very clever bit of kit. I was really impressed with that.
I'll have to
some ancient bit of technology from Coventry.
But what we'll probably do is get a few more, because you can guarantee the first one you come to do is not going to go right.
No. Oh, I'm sure it will. Yeah, and we're also going to make some better, less bashed about brackets as well and spacers, so that's all ready to go.
What we might be able to do is put a 1.25 on them.
Yeah.
I'll have to see.
I mean, they're a fine thread there, but they don't need to be really.
Then again, is if you want to get nuts, can you get what? Yeah, you can. You can get
fine. 1.25.
I'd say the 1.25 if we can. If it's got a die.
Yes. I'll get the nuts first, and then we'll just confirm. But I'm sure I can. No
I know Pete would have had them, but I'm not.
No, don't worry. Don't worry. We don't go to Stockport to see your mate Pete. Right. Okay. So
the sun will have expired by the time
he does it. Yes. Okay. So that's a little job for you for the next few weeks, because obviously the engine's not ready yet. It's long. It's going to be a long time before the engine's finished and ready to go in the frame. But we want to get that ready to go, so there's no delay once that's happened. Now I'm looking around me here, Jeff, and I see you've been a little bit busy recently. Last few weeks when I've not been here,
you've
been jiggling around, moving things around, but you have been achieving something at least. So let's just turn around and look at what you've been up to recently. Right, so we've come over to your miller. I see you've got 2 pieces currently in progress, as it were. One you've started it here, hang on, that's the bit there, and one you've not done much with it yet. Well, so there's some pretty chunky pieces of alloy, aren't they?
Yeah, that was actually a round billet.
Yes. Oh, round, okay.
Yeah, 4 inches wide. It was.
What is it? Quite thick, isn't it?
That'll do for the Eaton 45 rotors. It's just perfect.
Okay, so this is going to be the case for a supercharger.
Yeah, I thought, well, while I'm doing that one, once you've got it set.
Yes. Okay, so you've got one there that you've done a bit more work on yet. If you spin it around for me, Jeff, so it faces the camera, we can see those 2.
Oh, I've just. This is just donkey work at the minute, getting it all to within.
But you can see the sort of figure of 8 there, which is where the rotors go.
Yeah.
And they spin and obviously create boost and stick it into an engine, hopefully.
That's 6 inches wide, and it's all. I've got that Eaton M62.
Yeah.
Well, I've got 2 of them actually.
Yeah, okay.
And there's a good set of rotors. Funnily enough, the one I've got's got the good rotors, and the one that Leslie's got, all the Teflon's coming off.
Right, okay.
So
you'll do a swap and.
Well, no, I'll get the good
rotors and put them there.
Yeah. But the thing is with the cases.
Yeah.
I always thought if get a nice blower with, rather than the injector coming out at the side, have it straight through.
Right, so the reason for doing all this work is because the original cases are designed such that the exit and entry aren't quite what you want in terms of air going in and air going out.
Yeah, I was just going to mill 2 ports each side and have it, like the old-fashioned Marshalls and Magnussons.
Well, I'm sure most people don't, but okay. Well, so that's a lot of work. I mean, you've done a lot before, haven't you? You've done 3 or 4 already.
There is some set up.
They're really nice looking things, aren't they?
They are actually. I forgot
this somewhere.
I think they're in the shed.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay.
Because I had to move the cupboard down there.
Yeah. So there you go. So that's sort of a little bit of a job that you're doing right now.
While I was waiting to,
waiting for me.
I was just fitting it in between.
Yes, okay. Now, also, I've noticed something we've looked at in the past, in January or even in December. Something you were doing as a sort of display piece, for want of better word. And it's down there,
it's sat
down there
now.
on the floor, so it looks pretty nice now. You've actually done a lot of work on it. It's almost finished.
That's can have a nice plant pot.
Yeah, a museum
sat
piece,
on
whatever.
it. Yeah.
So let's look at that. Drag it out from where it is, and we'll admire it.
I thought you'd been it and
Banging your head.
my head on.
Yeah, I'm sure you will. Oh well, it'll be good on film.
Heavy piece.
Yeah. So here's that sort of old. Was it a Wade or something or?
Wade.
Yeah, we have seen it before.
Oh, I can't.
Yeah, it's all worn out.
There are people out there who I'm sure are watching all.
Yes.
4103 or 30 or something like that.
And it was used as some sort of scavenge pump on a big two-stroke diesel or something.
Two-stroke diesel.
Yeah, and
which is had
the ends were damaged, so you took them off and made your own.
Yeah.
So it looks pretty nice. You've got a bit of brass there.
I just that was born and put like a brass plug-in, because that'll do for obviously filling the oil up. If you probably have it that way sat on the vehicle, you'll probably just top the oil up till it just runs out.
Okay, that's for the bearings. And if you spin it around, we can see that nice bit of machining you did on the other side on those caps. There we go. Looks very pretty, very nice. And yeah, so that's now. Well, it could do with a bit of maybe cleaning up.
Actually, what I wouldn't mind doing is going to listers and getting it
blasted. I'll tell you what would look great on that, if you did that, the central part black and left the two side cases
thinking
polished.
Like satin black.
Yeah.
Satin black would look nice on that. Yeah,
I've got some paint to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, looks pretty good.
And then leave the end bits
polished. Yeah, pretty good.
It would. That would look really nice.
And it'll sit on a shelf somewhere and be admired.
I've got all the new. They've still got the two original bearings that are at the front, the rollers.
Yes.
It wants. I've actually worked out seals for it, because it never had seals in it originally.
Oh well, I guess it was linked out
in one part.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
But I thought this was going to be a display piece, not a usable thing.
Oh no,
I know you could use it, but
I want to put it together so that it actually. I don't want it just as a thingy.
Oh, okay.
If it's when I put it together, it will be
usable. Okay, sorry, I thought it was all going to be like just for show.
It's all.
It's all ready to rock.
There's two brand new bearings for the end.
Okay.
And amazingly, I've got to machine two hardened. The original pieces that go on the shafts where the seals run.
Yes.
They never used to have an oil seal that run on them, so I've got to make. What I was thinking of is machining 4 titanium ones, or stainless, for the seal to run on.
Okay, cool.
Something hard. It needs to be something pretty hard.
So what's the seal made out of? Is it like a hard rubber or something?
Neoprene, yeah.
Oh, neoprene, okay.
They will eventually, a seal will even wear, believe it, even something hardened.
Oh, yeah, sure.
For what you're doing with these.
Oh, yeah. No, it's nice, I like it.
If you make 4 tap-on things, if they ever do wear, they can be...
Yeah, you can get it shot blasted and then paint that centrepiece black. It looks really cool. Anyway, so that's something you've been busy with, and also, of course, you want to polish up all this, don't you?
Yeah, they're just resting it. There is a few little tiny pits on the rotors, but
well,
like we've said.
I mean, that's from what, the 1960s, 70s? Who knows?
These could be from the 50s.
Oh, 50s, yeah. So
maybe even the 40s. I'm not sure.
Yeah. So it deserves a few little marks, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so that's good.
Good fettle for it.
Right. Yeah. Unlike us.
Oh, bloody hell.
Right. Okay. Now let's see what else well, actually, no, we won't see anything else now, because it's now time for tea. Okay, Jeff, so time's up now. We've had our cup of tea.
Yeah.
So I've got to go home now, see my poorly dog. Yes, he is. And we'll come back next week and see how you're getting on with who knows what.
Like you say, I can't do it on my own. What I'd like to have done is move that, cleared all that there.
Behind me, yes.
And got that lathe in. And
oh, God, that's a big old thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, you need a bit of hand with that. We can help you with that. But that would mean moving everything out of the way.
Two people's not going to move that.
No,
you're going to need about 3 or 4 people.
3 or 4.
And a winch to pull it up that ramp.
Oh, God, yeah. It's a heavy old thing. I remember that.
Ton and a half. I think it's about a ton and a half in that one.
Yeah, you don't want to get behind that thing. Okay, so that's that for now. And we'll come back next week.
We'll sort something out.
Okay,
we'll sort something out.
So, Jeff, here we are back in your workshop on a windy day, and I see in your hand there you've got some homemade levers.
As what's the phrase? Sentimental value.
Okay.
That's correct. Yeah. These used to have aluminium things pinned on.
Yes.
And the aluminium thing used to just swing on the old footrest that went through it.
Okay.
And they used to wobble. And,
now, when you say sentimental, where are these levers from?
I made these in 19. 86.
86.
Or maybe 87.
Yeah, how long years ago?
87.
And what were they made for?
The Honda.
The Honda drag bike,
yeah.
Right, so you dug them out.
Yeah, well, they unfortunately, they were both the same. This one is the, this was the gear, sorry, yeah, this is the...
Brake side, is it?
Hang on. Yeah, this is the gear one.
Okay.
And that was the brake one.
Right.
But when that one, it had one of them on,
right.
Very similar. But what someone had done is drilled it out, and it was virtually breaking through. So
this was after you sold the bike.
After I sold it, yeah. Someone for some reason,
yeah, took it out.
Whether I don't know what had happened, but
so you
anyway,
like so you cut it off.
Yeah. So I cut it off because that was the brake one. But then it meant that the gear one that was not used, which is not been touched, but whoever had it, they drilled a little 6mm hole there.
Yeah.
I can
see it for myself.
I've pressed a tiny little piece of aluminium
and you filled it in, yeah.
And filled it in.
Right, okay, cool.
But by reversing them,
yes,
to make them, well, I've obviously made them nice bearings and
right,
spaces.
so that's the main thing, yeah. You have gone from having just a pivot on a bolt or something. You've now got it on a
once
proper
the
bearing.
footrests on with a little space, everything will be in.
You've got a proper bearing. You've got a proper sealed rubber bearing on there.
Yeah.
So you've swapped them round. So the brake becomes the gear change, and the gear change becomes the brake.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now what happened is I countersunk them. So now that I've reversed them, when wherever I've put them, I don't know if. When obviously let's use that aluminium. Let's use that. That's not the foot thing.
Okay.
Originally, when it went on that side,
yeah, the countersunk was on this side. Yeah.
Now it's going on that side. The countersunk isn't there.
Right. Does it matter?
Well, it doesn't. But what I thought I asked you is get some aluminium.
Yeah.
Washers.
Fairing.
The countersunk. Yeah.
The fairing.
Yeah. Well, then you could probably. I think it looks neater than having something like a cap head bolt and washer just sat there.
Even though no one can see it because it's on the back, you want it right. Okay.
It just looks a lot
nicer.
I know a hex bolt or whatever will work, but it looks rubbish. If you was to put a hex bolt in there, it looks
cheap and nasty.
So I thought if we get some nice washers.
Yeah. These are the fairing panel washers.
Yeah. I can't counterbore it in because there's
no room.
If you try to countersink that now, you
just get a big hole.
It just goes straight through. So
right, okay. And what are these little machined washers you've got there?
Oh well, so you don't see them holes there where they originally had it pinned to the original aluminium thing.
Yes.
I mean, I've just pressed them in.
Okay.
Which they're not going to go anywhere.
It's a little cover.
When I want to make a spacer from the bearing, then that can go on with say just a 10 thou, 20 thou clearance. And then your footrest will just come straight off there, so it tidies
everything up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know there's some people saying, does it?
No.
You really have to go into it like that, but
well, it's your bike.
You want it looking neat.
Yeah, of course you do.
Yeah.
Now this is actually your Honda CB72.
This is what I think never get finished because it's
Supercharger bike, yeah, which has been ongoing for quite a while.
Perfect.
So just to go back in time, then you built it in the mid '80s, used it for a bit.
Well, 86, I think I started building.
Yeah.
Or 87.
In fact, go back in time, go back in time now, Jeff, go back in time.
Yeah.
I've got a photograph of you racing it. In fact, I've got a photograph of you with the bike at some racetrack somewhere. Yeah, so
I don't know which one. It could either be Blyton or...
whatever. So I'll put that picture up now, just to go back in time and see how young Jeff was. There it is. And then, after many years of it being lost to history, you decided you wanted to build a replica.
I was going to build a replica.
And you started buying bits to build a replica back in about 5 years ago, something like that. And then you were buying things, and suddenly you talked to a guy on eBay, via eBay.
Can we say eBay on?
Yeah, we can say eBay.
eBay.
I know it's not your favourite.
Even though I don't
like them at the moment, no. They've suspended you for the time being.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he wasn't too far away. Was he in Bolton or something? Or Birmingham?
He was in Bolton. But I was after bits, CB72 bits, and when I went to buy them, he suddenly said, "I know you." And he said, I've got your old bike sat here.
Yeah, and it was in a bit of a state.
It had been left outside, and well, you saw the pictures of it. It was
I did a video actually. I did a video on the day it came back. It was all rusty and horrible. And to be honest, on that day I turned up to see it. But at the end of that day, it was in bits. You took it all to bits.
Yeah.
And you ended up cutting the frame up and widening it and lengthening it and blah blah blah.
When I did it, I was never happy with it.
No. But now you get a chance to get it better.
And then I did some work on it, and then I looked at it and I thought, then the wheels come in.
Yes.
The original wheel was like dead low, slick.
Yes.
And then I got the 70, and I thought, well, I'm going to have to, because you'd have had about bloody 6-7 inches ground clearance, which you want to try and get it lower than that.
Slammed,
So I thought, I'll have to readjust the frame.
Yes. And you want to use a 17-inch because the tyres are available. And what you really want, of course, is an Astrolite in the back.
I was looking on eBay.
Yes.
Gives me a lump in my throat.
I know.
Anyway.
He's given you some problems recently.
Good old eBay, which I hope to use again.
Yes.
And I found they do 18-inch slicks.
Oh, right. Okay.
I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
There is hope in the world.
Yeah. I think they're being made in America again.
Mickey Thompson do them.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they make them.
Yes.
That go on a 6-inch Astrolite,
right.
Which is what I want to try and do to make it look
as it was. So you need a 6-inch, 18-inch diameter Astrolite rear wheel.
Gold Astrolite, yeah.
Gold. And I think you bought one, didn't you? Or your mum's bought one, and it was like, it looked good on one side, but the other side was...
That was a 17 by 5.5. They don't do a 17 by 6.
No.
But...
Back in the day, they did an 18.
They did an 18, and they used to do a Goodyear slick.
Yes.
That looked like a roll of insulation tape about to run out.
Right. Very, very low. But at the moment, you've got it with a 17-inch...
it's an R1 wheel, and I put it in the frame, and it doesn't, although it'll work...
It works, but it doesn't
look right.
Okay. So the hunt is on for an Astrolite, 18-inch...
If I can get a 6x18...
Yes.
I'd love to get a 6... Yeah.
You would.
The weather...
I'm sure there's one out there somewhere.
Yeah.
The question is, can you afford to buy it? It's another question, but...
I'll beg, steal and borrow.
Oh, I'm sure you will. Right, okay, so that's what's happening with your Honda.
Yeah. So you can get it's a 7. The old Goodyears were 8 an 8-inch wrinkle wall, but the trouble is with them, if you put on a 6-inch rim, they used to come out a bit.
Yeah.
And actually they used to... So probably the Mickey Thompson a 7 would be a lot sniffer and better.
And that's on a 6-inch rim.
But they're $400
for one.
For one.
And is that in this country or is that in America?
That's in Australia.
Oh, Australia.
That's
so
the bad,
by the time it gets
that's
here,
the bad news.
£600.
It could be £100 bloody.
Postage and tax.
Yeah, I think it has the thingy. I think it was something like 220 quid.
Although to be fair, Australian dollars aren't like us. Yeah. They're less. It's about 2 to 1, I think, isn't it? 2 to 1?
I think it said about 220.
Yeah.
400 and something dollars was about 210
it's about
or 220 pounds. Next time on computer, I'll show you.
Okay. Well.
But the thing is, it's the postage.
You've got to get the wheel as well first, of course. Buy the wheel first. Don't buy the tyre first.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is with them, they're a low profile, which looks a lot better than the other ones.
Oh yeah.
But I suppose. Anyway, we'll go into that again.
One day, when you're about 80, you might get it all finished. You never know.
Oh, I'm hoping to do it before that.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I asked you what your aim was for this year, at the start of the year, and one of your aims was to paint the frame, which didn't seem like a very particularly, difficult thing to do. And I thought you'd say, I want to finish the bike, but painting the frames doesn't seem...
Yeah, but the luxury years ago... Are we still on here?
Yeah, it's all right. Anyway, so
basically, the idea is to get hold of an 18-inch Astrolite.
Yes, 6-inch rim.
6-inch rim, yeah. But as we know, I want to do my painting in there.
Yes.
And if you just take a quick look in there...
In there, just full of stuff.
Yeah.
This is the outer shed, as it were.
I mean, this is the neighbour said, I'm selling my house. Can you move all your stuff out of the garage?
Yeah, because the little old lady next door's moving and you had some stuff in there.
She let me use the garage,
and now she hasn't, so now she's gone.
So, and you know me, I don't like throwing anything.
Oh, no. The kind of junk in there is unbelievable.
In fact, I'd probably salvage something and chuck it in here before I get rid of it. Who cares? I don't care.
Right, so that's the plan. So if anybody's watching this and happens to have or know where there's a cheap 18 by 6-inch Astrolite, then let us know.
I'll tell you now, even if it was clear in there at this time of year...
Oh yeah, it's too cold.
It's too bloody cold to paint.
Summer's too hot, but right now it's too cold.
It's them days when it's really warm, it'd be...
Fantastic.
That'd be lovely.
Yeah. Right, okay, so that's that. Anything else to talk about while we're here on your projects, not mine, but yours?
Well, I can put them away now.
Yes.
It's back in the shed.
Yes.
Are you taking that with you?
Yes.
You're going to give that?
Yeah, I'll give that polish. Yeah.
Well, I managed to get. There was some gum anyway.
All right, don't worry.
It's up to you. If
Yeah,
you
I
want to
can do the.
come and use a polisher
Yeah,
if you.
I'll have to do some more work
if you
first.
want.
Right. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else?
Right. I've got enough to be getting on with
Right.
now.
Okay. Good.
We'll leave them there.
Yeah. These are.
Them engine.
They're the engine mounts for the Mark II.
What was we doing with these?
I'll tell you now. But that's a different video. So.
Oh right. Oh, we're doing that a different one.
Different video. So we'll stop there and we'll carry on another day.
Right.